everyone, MC Gamer 58 here, and today I'm going to be doing another top 5 video. And if you read the title and click the button, then you know that this is top 5 best designs in Generation 1. Now there's a few rules I must point out at the start. I'm not including the starters at all because well, first, I'm not including the starters and the legendaries and Dragonite, even though I don't think Dragonite would be on this list. But the reason is because they're meant to look that little bit more desirable and all that kind of stuff. Like you wouldn't get your Charizard and just throw it away in the PC and bloody get something different. But this is 100% opinionated and is the first. Actually, no, it's not even a top 5. What am I talking about? It's gonna say top 5, but top 10. Top 10 best designs. Now, this isn't my favorite list of my favorite Pokemon. It's just what I feel that was original, diverse, and all those kind of features that would be included. So, first of all, we're gonna get this topped off by starting the number 10. Now, number 10 and number 9, people might have a bit of a disagreement, but that is okay. So, number 10 is Cloyster. Now, why I chose Cloyster is it's kind of hard to explain, but it's because it's so original in itself. There's not really any more Pokemon based around it. Like, for say, there's Pokemon. So there's the there's like kind of like body kind of but you know how you got the body of some Pokemon, like we'll just go Charmander, and you got Cubone, and then you've also got so like Chansey's kind of one of them, and then Kangaskhan, and then Marowak, and then kind of like what else can we say? Kind of like Farfetch'd. They all have like similar traits, kind of thing. But the reason why I chose Cloyster because it's different. There's not really many Pokemon that are around. They don't have the same kind of um, like shapes, and I don't know. It's hard to explain, but they had the same different shapes built around it. So um, I don't know. It's just a feeling, and also some of these Pokemon, I don't know. They just give me a cool feel. Like it's not one of those derpy Pokemon. It's one of those ones that are there, and it just looks cool. So that's basically it for that one. And the higher my number ranks go, the better the Pokemon, and I'll be able to explain why they're so cool. So in number 9, it's Pinsir. Now Pinsir works a lot like Cloyster, but it's just better, and it formed basically Heracross and I don't know I can't name it off the top of my head, but a few more Pokemon. So Pinsir, it looks badass. I'm just gonna say that it's got two giant horns on its head, and the Pokedex, I'm pretty sure it says that it can break anything with them or something like that. I haven't read it in a while. And then it's got this sideways mouth. Now most Pokemon have a normal mouth or no mouth, but this thing has a goddamn sideways mouth. And look at it, it has three toes, and isn't that amazing? It's like, it's honestly, it's one of the best Pokemon, if not the best bug Pokemon design that I've seen in in ever. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So in the number 8, now some people might have expected this to be up higher in the list, like at least top 5, but it's not. It's Scyther. I mean, like, it was really hard to do this top 5. I mean, top 10. Honestly, it was very hard. I had to do it on the spot. Not really on the spot. It took about half an hour to think about it, on and off, you know. So the reason why I chose Scyther is because it's it's more of an I don't know. It just, if you look at Scyther, it just looks like an original, like, because one of the first designs. I haven't actually checked, but it looks like if Pokemon was to be Pokemon, and the numbers were shorter, and they had to make um less Pokemon in each generation. I think that Scyther would be one of the ones that they would definitely keep the whole way through, and it'd take a lot of Pokemon to take out just to take out Scyther because it's so original. I mean, some of the Pokemon, like say Magmar and Electabuzz, they're basically exactly the same, just different types. And Jinx, I think Jinx is a part of that as well. So it's kind of hard to say that it's one of the non-first generation Pokemon. Like if you say Scizor to people, they'll instantly know what it is without a blink. Like if you say some other Pokemon, say um what else? What other Pokemon have we got? If you say, for instance, Chansey, it would take that little bit longer, or Seadra. It's not. They're not as familiar, and they just look so much more like because people use it on their party so much more. It's just a cool design, in my opinion. And if you don't think that, then I'm sorry, but there's something wrong with you. So in the number, what do we got here? 7 spot. It is one that you might have not have expected. It is Alakazam. Now, Alakazam, it's Abra, Kadabra, and Alakazam. They don't really have much of a design difference, mainly between Kadabra and Alakazam. But if you look at Alakazam on its own as a base, it just looks, I don't know, like if you think of psychic type Pokemon, what's the first Pokemon that comes to your head? For me, it's probably Mewtwo or Alakazam. It's just one of those ones that it's just there, and it looks like some smart person. I don't know, like the smart out of all the Pokemon, it looks like it's the smart ass out of all of them. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain for most of these why I like them and why their design is just so good. It's just there. It's out in your face kind of thing. So that's really all I have to say for that one. So number 6 is Beedrill. Now people might think, oh, just because Weedle and Kakuna don't look too amazing, but Beedrill, I don't know, just has a very offensive, cool kind of look to it, and it's kind of it's based off a bee, but then they've added a few more touches to it. Like instead of having one what's it called, drill, not drill, I forgot the name for him. I'll just call them horns. What do you call them? Drill. I'm just gonna call it a drill. Instead of having the stinger, yeah, stinger. What am I talking about? It's a stinger. On its ass as the bee, because no one, if you look at a beetle, you take away its head and the middle body. That's what a bee looks like. Just put wings on it and toot your head sideways, and you've got a bee. But they kind of added their own little features. They gave it legs. They gave it. Now you can say that they gave it drills. That's why they called it. It's a bee with drills. If you didn't know that, I just worked it out myself why I'm saying this. Then congratulations to you. It just looks like they've taken a bee and made it look so much cooler. If you've seen a beetle flying around, I'd catch them all day. I don't know. I don't know. I just make them fight each other in Pokemon battles. But that's just my opinion. So in the next slot, you might have seen this one coming, but you might be a bit sad that I did not include the other. Now this, I did not include Nidoqueen, but I did include Nidoking, just because, I mean, where, let me look at it, I'm gonna find it. I'm finding it on this thing. Where are you? You're middle somewhere, aren't you? I seen. Damn, what the hell, where are you? Okay, there you are. It looks like the most badass Pokemon, like even its sprite. Even its Nidorina, it looks like it's about to attack someone right in front of it. Like most of the Pokemon just have a normal kind of looking stance for the picture, but Nidoking is all out offensive, and it is ready to break house. And I think that the way they did it is like they tried to make it look more offensive with the giant horns on its back and the horns kind of facing around its ears, and then it's got that giant horn on its head. So it was definitely made to be one of those Pokemon that was going to be picked for a good attacking kind of thing. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for design. It just looks so badass. Overall, I'm probably going to say that so many times in this video, but that is okay. So next we have, what do we got next? Rhyhorn. So in the now before I do say this, I got these ones tied. Now I couldn't pick which ones are better. Now first I'm going to say the first one is Rhyhorn. So they're both the same, but Rhyhorn. So we'll speak about Rhyhorn first. So why Rhyhorn is good. Now if I can just get him up over here. Now I have a lot to talk about this one. If you haven't checked the list on a saying as Wikipedia or something, it has a list of all the first 190 Pokemon that got designed, and as you may know, Rhydon was the number one. Not Rhyhorn, Rhydon. You might think it was Bulbasaur, but you are incorrect. So Rhydon, this Pokemon has to be one of the best designs. It has to be there, otherwise you are crazy, because the creators of Pokemon had to design a first Pokemon. When they think of Pokemon, they had to make the best Pokemon. Like they're not gonna, they're like, oh okay, let's design some Pokemon. what's the first one going to be? All right, well, let's just make a Voltorb. That seems pretty good. Yeah. No, they're gonna make the best. They're gonna try as hard as they can to make a good design for the first one. Not Voltorb. That was just one of their slacking ones. They're like, okay, we're running out of numbers. We need at least 150. Let's just get some numbers out of there. Okay, let's go Voltorb, Electrode. Let's go Magneton, Magnemite, and all that kind of stuff. But Rhyhorn was different. As you can clearly see, they took their time into detail. It just looks like one of the Pokemon that would be, as like what I said for Scyther, when you think of Pokemon, and all the Pokemon that I mentioning in here, maybe except for like Pinsir or Cloyster, when you think of Pokemon, what comes to your head? Not Cubone or anything, Rhydon. Now, even though it does kind of have a yellow belly, it's kind of suits it more than other Pokemon. Like some of the Pokemon, they just give it to it because oh, it's a big belly, but it's missing something. What should we stick there? Oh, let's just stick a yellow patch there to make it look a bit better, because like you're filling out the whole design better. Because that doesn't really make sense, and it's kind of. I was about to say Rhydon is a copy of Nidoking, but I think it's the other way around, because it's like basically exactly the same. It's just the purple version. So that's probably the most I'm going to talk about that one. Is just because it's original, and even when the creators thought of Pokemon, what was their first idea before they thought of anything else? Was this Rhydon? Nothing else. So in the next spot we have Tied for Rhydon. Now this one, yeah, I might get a bit of crap as well for picking this one, but even though it's so simple, it looks so amazing, and it is Machamp. Now Machamp is arguably probably like the most pathetic evolution that you could probably see besides the face and arms. It gains duck lips, and I think it suits it because can you imagine without duck lips? It looks strange, and it has 4 arms. But if you take away that, Machamp is a really good design for a fighting type. I mean, like, you want 2 arms to fight? No, you got 4 arms to fight. You got 2 legs, Mega Evolution? Hell no, you got 4 legs to fight. But that's not how it's gonna work. Hopefully that would look a bit strange. But it's put it this way, it's a simple but effective design, if you say the least. Um, so it's kind of like that. It's not really much to say about it. It's just like you want a cool Pokemon on your team. You have Machamp. Like people be intimidated by that crap. They think bloody oh shit, his attack must be like 150, but no, it's sad. It's like under 130 or something. That's base level 50, I think, something like that. So here we go. That was number 4 and 3, and also tied in number 1 and 2 here. I don't know if people are gonna hate me or love me for this, but you know what, we'll do this one first. In number 2 spot, tied with the first position and second, yada yada yada, we have the almighty Magikarp. No, I'm joking, but it is the evolution Gyarados. Now this works exactly the same, sort of, not as much as Machamp. It's the more simple it is, the more effective it is. I mean, who's not gonna pick a giant dragon of sorts, and who's not gonna want it on your team? Like everyone, like you can see it on internet memes and stuff. It's just such a good, well-known Pokemon that everyone likes because it's such a cool design, and from it to be a stupid Magikarp, has no abilities at all, and I think that's why they made it like that. They made that Magikarp so it has to be all the way to level 20, but then you get such an awesome design when it evolves, so you're at such a great advantage, and I mean, they did a pretty good job. I'm gonna say they did a really good job of making a shitty fish Pokemon look like a giant dragon, but kind of keeping it the same. They have the whiskers. They got that like pink, probably turns into yellow if I look closely. Like kind of like Machamp, but thinned out, like line around the mouth. And they got the instead of having one yellow fin and one underneath, one on top and one underneath, they put all 4 on the back, and they made it look like a dragon, water, kind of like I don't know what you'd call it, like a water dragon, a Chinese dragon, I reckon, what you'd call it to make it even look cooler. So that is for that one. Now, for this one, number 1, I think that this one is more, I'm gonna say it, more number 1 than Gyarados, and it is, you will not expect this. It is drum roll. I need a drum roll. Kabutops. Yes, you might not have been expecting that, but it is Kabutops, and this is the definition of badass. Now, if you look at its description, it claws the Pokemon with long things. I don't know what they're called, long knife-like hands. Like it's got freaking knives for hands, kind of claws, kind of thingamajig, and it sucks out the body fluid. Now, if that's not crazy enough for you, I don't know what is. This thing looks like it's the ninja of underwater, and it's also a fossil, so it's like an ancient underwater ninja that's gonna wreck shit if you get close. It's gonna suck your blood. It's gonna suck your blood out all the way from Chinatown. It is incredible. It is so powerful, and I always like, except for the fact that people might choose it because of the stupid Pokemon Plays Twitch Helix Fossil crap. I mean, what are you gonna do? That thing looks terrible. Omastar, it's like it's dancing from to Michael Jackson or something. This thing is crazy. Kabuto shits all over that thing. I mean, Kabuto is pretty original if I do say so myself, but when it evolves, it becomes even more original. There is no Pokemon based off anything like Kabutops. It's just so incredible. So, for honorable mentions, I'm just gonna put it out there. My favorite Pokemon design is Charizard, and it's just amazing. But I didn't want to put it in there because, as you can see on the right hand side of the screen, there's a Charizard. So it was there all along in the number one design. But it's kind of Kabutops is non kind of non 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 appealable. I would say, like they didn't make it so it's appealing. They made it because it's just to make numbers kind of thing, but more of the original thing. Like Charizard is a crazy dragon, a giant lizard dragon that breathes fire. You can't beat it, and it's just too amazing of a design. But I didn't want to put it in there because it's kind of starters. I mean, I look at Blastoise. Blastoise is an amazing design, but I would have put him in there as well, but I didn't because it's kind of like a starter thing, and that is basically. Oh wait, no. One more thing, another honorable mention that I was gonna put in, but I thought I might as well put it in the honorable mentions list, and it is Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. And the only reason behind this is because of that. For one thing, they look awesome. They're not as like recognizable fighters as Machamp, but like for one fact, it's get ready for this. Are you ready? You're not going to be ready, but you probably already know this. Hitmonlee, Bruce Lee, and Jackie Chan. Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. So I'm guessing one was a more kickbox fighter or something, and one was more of a boxer. Jackie Chan. Bruce Lee is just a ninja and everything. So you'd think that Hitmonlee would be the strongest Pokemon in the game because Bruce Lee just wrecks house in real life, even though he's passed away. But I just wanted to put that out there, and they're really cool designs, but they just weren't good enough to make the top 10. But I had to mention them because of that reason. So guys, that is the end of this video. It probably did take me a long time to edit this video, adding pictures, adding transparent things, and yada yada yada. But anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. It was a better format than the last previous video that I did do, which would have been either, depending, it would have been top 5 attacking Pokemon. Yes, top 5 attacking Pokemon. So it was much better. I kind of did that on Pokemon Showdown, but I'm gonna do the new format. So make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and hit that subscribe button, because I reckon the next episode of Top 5 Pokemon is gonna be top 5 fastest Pokemon that can still put in work in Pokemon Showdown / Pokemon Wi-Fi Battles X and Y and Oras, which is Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.